is Kraken, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Death Ratio. What episode? Episode 47. I have to cough.
What episode?
Mid-sentence. This is episode 47, and it is our second? Is our second episode of the year? Second episode of the
yes, it is.
of the 2025 year.
Yes.
It's January always feels weird and long to me, so it kind of runs together.
Yeah, a lot of things feel weird and long to me, my friend. I feel ya.
Do
they?
Okay. All right.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm your host this evening, Garrick B. Eaton, and we're joined by a bunch of people.
A few.
Some of them better than others.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We'll leave that to you guys.
But yeah, we'll leave that for you to decide who's who. But we are joined by my regular co-host, partner in crime every Tuesday, Devin Stanford, Brevin the Dude. How are you doing this Tuesday?
Dude,
my internet's fixed. Yay!
Yeah, it looks great. It looks great, dude. It's acting wonderful.
Guys, I just want to let everybody know.
Oh, here we go.
My day started off amazing because
with magic cards
got
cool.
Bounce and Composure got announced to coming to Portland with Turnover. So I'm very excited for that. I do plan on going to Red Rocks as well. I do have a ticket to that. So I will be in Colorado.
How are they touring with themselves?
Anyways, it's not like you see the same 5 bands every time that you go to a metalcore show. So they started off awesome. Then I got to work, and I think I had the worst day of work today that I've had since I started this job.
Nice,
I'm
dude.
fine.
Fuck yeah, man.
I'm fine.
Uh-huh.
But there was a situation today where I had to have multiple meetings with a manager and go to HR because of somebody else.
Oh shit! You call OSHA on somebody?
Yeah.
What a snitch, dude.
So I will have that conversation with you boys at a later time.
Yes, sir. After the show. When we are not on record.
I want that. I absolutely want that tea at a later date.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
I got popcorn right here. I can eat while you're doing it.
But then because of this happening, I got to go work from home today. Afterwards.
Wow, dude. Damn.
That made the day better.
All right.
They give you any cucumbers?
And then, no. And then after work, I was scanning a lot of my new cards, and I found out that I have multiple cards that are worth like $20 to $50 that I pulled recently.
That happens
and I was
when
just
you
like,
dump a bunch of money into a bunch of fucking cards recently, man.
Dude,
that happens.
I actually went through. I've spent about $300, and I haven't even scanned half of my collection, and I'm already up like $180.
Nice.
And I've only done half of my collection.
Hell yeah.
So,
very nice, sir. Yes.
So the polls have graced me. As you know, I do have good RNG.
Yeah, I fucking hate it. I hate it so damn much. Anyways.
With that being said, I played my first competitive EDH game today against really high level players.
He lost.
No, dude, I won
with
77 life in Commander.
He won, but we lost.
Dude, Atali and Aurelia together with multiple other creatures. Look, come on. I know you know what that does or not.
No, I know what it does. But like 100 people at home don't know.
Yeah, dude. In one fell swoop, I cast Indestructible on all my creatures and hit them with Atali, and they were like, "Wait, what?" And I was like, "Yep, that's right. Show me your top deck. I'm casting everything, bitches." And like, it was so funny. This is about as much as I'll go into this. It was so funny because they were like high level players, like ranked players, and they were like, "Oh." Like at first they didn't want me to play because I was like, "Hey, I've only been playing a couple months, right?" And they're like, well, we need a fourth, so let's get this game started, And they were totally saying stuff like, "Hey, he's a newbie, so the only people I'm worried about is this guy and this guy." And
you are.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. But then, like, on the very first turn, I got to cast a card that is like the Summoning of Councils. And what that does, every time they play a creature,
Here we go.
all their creatures have to enter in tapped.
Here we go.
And I gain life every
Mm.
single
Mm.
time they do that.
Mm.
So I had like infinite life the whole game. It was awesome.
Welcome to Death Ratio, our brand new Magic the Gathering podcast.
Hey,
I mean, it's everything gaming related, man. So I guess
you
we're-
guys
Yeah,
asked
no,
how
sure,
my day
sure,
went.
sure.
You guys asked how my day went, and that is what I was doing right before this. I won an EDH match, my first EDH match I ever played against ranked players.
You did.
All right,
You
that's a
did.
big deal. That's
You
a
did.
big deal.
big, it's huge, man.
I like your microwave hoodie.
That's a good band. I do have a few microwave shirts.
I got him. I fucking nailed it.
Anyways, we just need to give Devin a piece of content where he talks about Magic on whatever that is, so we don't have to hear about it on other pieces of content ever again.
He can do
Then
solo
you
good Kraken
should
content for
never
us.
talk about Warhammer again, okay?
He won't.
How often do I like how much airtime?
You did a
do I take
lot.
up
You
on
did
this?
a lot when you first started, and this
Can
is me starting Magic.
Can I talk
But
about
it
my
was
PP?
never. It was
Can I talk
never
about my PP?
unprompted. It was never
I
unprompted.
can talk about my PP
People
if you want.
ask. No.
No?
No.
Oh, okay.
Look.
All right. Well, I
no.
tried.
You,
I tried.
You had yesterday.
DG, I
Talk about
tried.
your
I tried. You know what I'm saying?
potentially,
Mhm.
Okay.
DJ lets me talk about PP on 20,000 Films. The classier.
That's your
podcast.
guys' show. You guys can talk whatever the fuck you
Yeah,
want.
this is our show.
That's
But
true. It
we
is
are
true.
also joined by our very own DJ Sinfix.
Oh, wow,
DJ,
I'm last,
how are
okay.
you doing? This fine. You earned your last place. Okay, you shut up.
I did.
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Didn't do too much today. Kind of actually got to relax today. I didn't do too much work. Hadn't have to do anything besides this podcast tonight. So just been chilling.
Just been a chill guy today, doing chill guy
just been a
things.
hella chill guy.
So,
Yes, sir.
what game were you playing right before you got on?
I was playing Tekken 7 actually.
Oh,
No, not
he
Tekken 8.
Threw it back.
Kicked him. He reeled it
Not
back.
Tekken 8.
Rolled it back. a
Yeah,
little
so our local is doing a Tekken 7 night only, or like not only, but it will have
Mm.
Tekken 7 there for a night. So,
bit. You
considering
brushing up for
I never really
gameplay or for
got
casting.
in for gameplay, just to play, because
Oh,
I never
okay.
really got to play the game. I mean, I had it, but like I didn't. You guys know I didn't get into like real deal in the fighting games until Tekken 8. So,
Right.
so yeah, that's what I've been doing so far.
Hell yeah.
And just playing that. It's pretty fun,
Sounded
but
like you were having a good time
yeah.
though.
yeah, it was fun. It was just fun to just fuck around, because I don't have to think about being good. I just think about doing whatever.
Oh, that's not the
You
way
know what
I
I mean?
thought you were gonna go with that. I don't think
Yeah.
about being good. I just do it.
I just am good.
Sam, you know
No,
what
it's just like
Yeah, I'm the greatest actually.
I mean?
no, it's just like because Tekken 8, like knowing how to play, it's so like I guess mentally taxing. Like after an hour, I'm like fuck. Like I don't want to keep doing this,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
it's
that
just
checks
so
out.
much to think about. Like the
Checks
mental
out.
stack is just
Need a
too
break. Need a little
Too
breaky
great.
break.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you, buddy. It's okay.
Well,
Yes, sir.
hell fucking yeah. I'm glad you're like getting to experience a genre that you've like kind of really picked up and started to love though, but like on a less taxing level, like the cozy version of your fighting game, basically.
Yeah, basically, something.
It's nice to have like that retreat in
Mhm.
those kinds of experiences. Dude, for whatever reason, in January, I don't like ever feel the need. I don't feel like rushed to play something I've never played before. In January, I always like January feels like the time for like new game pluses and like replays. Like I don't know why. Something about January, that's how it feels to me. It's like new game
Mhm.
plus time.
Yeah, I feel that too.
Good time. Good time of year for that.
Well, last and probably least, we are also joined by Ernell Pearson, Ocean Shrine.
Hey, fellas.
Ernell,
What's up?
how are you doing?
You know, I'm
I'm
doing all
afraid
right,
to
man.
ask.
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing great. Yeah, I woke up this morning, half chubbed. It was great. I went to the bathroom, got ready for work, went to work, came home, ate delicious dinner, and then in between all that, though, I got a crazy phone call from one Garrick Bartholomew Eaton, and he goes, ring a ding ding, and I answer, and I go, yes, sir. And he goes, "Hello, sir. Would you and your fellow comrade from 20,000 Films like to be on Good Kraken's death ratio tonight?" And I said, "Yes, absolutely. We could totally do that." And I called up DJ. I was like, "Ring a ding ding, ring a ding 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 ding," right? And he answered. He's like, "Hello, sir." And I said, "Hello, sir." Right, DJ? So,
Indubitably.
Yeah.
indubitably, sir. And I said, "Would you like to be on death ratio tonight?" And he said, "Yes." And now we're here on this fine Tuesday night.
Thanks for that.
Yes.
Complete and utter fabrication. And it's fine because we're not talking about that. But tonight we are talking about our Fantasy Critic 2024 rundown, our Fantasy Critic 2025 draft, and much, much more. Because this is Good Kraken's Death Ratio, and we are slashing through the podcast space to be your source for all the nerdy video game news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear live each and every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. If you want to get ahead of the curve, though, you can head on over to our Discord channel where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcast and video services wherever you like to watch or listen.
Get ready.
But
Get ready,
if you
Devin.
spend all of your what? Shut up! Shut up!
So Devin, get ready. Get ready.
Shut
Devin.
up!
Get ready.
Shut up! Shut up!
Listen to
If you spend all of your credits in another
My bad.
shop,
Not my
this is
show.
totally
Not my
fine.
show. My bad.
You can
It's
watch
not-
us record this show live right here at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show. If you have Amazon Prime, tell them DJ.
Prime Gaming.
You also have Prime Gaming, which means you have Twitch Prime, and we would love for you to give that to us to help us level up our game. But you can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, clicking that bell, that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Death Ratio and leaving a review there.
Please.
I love when Garrick was getting hypey for a second. His hair got a little bit messy. It kind of reminded me of Gary Coleman in The Fifth Element, where he, at the end of the movie, where his hair's all like fucked up because he's got done like
Jesus
killing a bunch of
Christ.
people. It was like that, dude. It was crazy. It was crazy. Good time, man. Good time.
Dude.
I love this podcast. I love being on this podcast. Thank you guys for inviting me and DJ to this.
All right.
Well, Garrick did.
Shut up! Shut up!
I'm gonna Cobra Kai you, okay?
But Devin,
Yeah. What's up, baby?
yeah, what's up? We have some critical hits really quick, which I forgot to edit, but it's fine because they're mostly unchanged for things right now. Don't forget, we have all of our episodes from all of our shows on YouTube, and audio listeners, please be sure to go follow us there so you can check out more content. What the fuck is this?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Also, you guys, we have our own website now, like with our own domain and everything. It's like it belongs to us. We use it for things like news and event updates and our merch store, which you can buy awesome merch from. It's called goodkraken.com. Yeah.
Yep.
GOOD.
I also heard there's a discount code
.com.
I heard there's a discount code you can use, and it is with no spaces.
We have one of those now?
Does this come with fries?
No, I think. Well, didn't Xander do that on Idle though? I don't think he did it on ours.
I said it was for ours last night.
But I don't think he did it on ours. I might be wrong. I'll double check.
We're gonna have to tell him some rules.
Anyways, we apparently we might have damn.
This is my ideas, okay?
Wow.
We
Wow.
we may or may not have a discount code. I don't know.
Does this come with fries?
You'll
Question
find out.
mark. Make sure you put the question mark, and then put no right after.
That something tells me that's not going to work. Don't listen to him. You can go to goodkraken.com though to check out all of our latest episodes and check out merchandise all in one place. Episode 150. I'm pretty sure that's not right. I'm pretty sure it's episode 151. The latest
151,
episode
yes. Yep.
of the Shipwreck Show is now available where you like to sniff or smell. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So
Love
go
that.
check out. Go check. Go
Smell
check.
it.
yeah, go check that episode out on your Smell-O-Vision and
You know,
learn about
Sony
Devin's
is
growing
introducing
magic
a
addiction.
Smell-O-Vision.
I
Sony
hate
is
that.
introducing Smell-O-Vision. They are.
I hate that.
And they specifically used The Last of Us as an example for that product.
He did do it on Idle. He didn't do it on ours.
And explicitly
for
fuck
infringement, cease and desist.
fuck Ernell and DJ, and I cannot fucking I hate you guys both. You like for being on this podcast. This is this fantastic podcast. You guys are the worst guests.
I don't think DJ has.
Here, I don't know.
I don't think DJ has a show notes open, so I don't even think he knows what the fuck you're talking about.
He probably doesn't have the show notes open, which makes it even better.
I
really
don't have
don't.
the show notes open right now.
You guys really don't need them open this evening, honestly.
I know.
You probably should though.
Yeah, I know.
You what
I
mean?
thought this is your
Probably
guys' show, man. I know. Fuck.
It is. It is their show.
This is my show,
But
and I
hey,
don't need show
it's fine.
notes because I know what's going on.
This guy's late
That's
for his own
besides the
show,
point.
man.
Guys, we're gonna line it up. We're lining it up right now, and you want to know what? You guys are in my line of sight, and we're going to be talking very quickly about game releases this week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh
So
yeah.
we can talk about other stuff after that.
Victor.
Because talking about the other stuff after that is like the other stuff that we really want to talk about.
It's
You know what I'm saying?
the other thing.
The
There's
other
other
stuff.
stuff.
The other stuff.
This other stuff.
The other stuff.
Let's see. Today, starting with wow, still not a lot. Didn't
The other
not
stuff.
still not a lot of releases. Anyways, let's see here. Starting with the 16th, we have Raven Dawn coming out on PC January 16th. The Temple of coming out on PC on January 16th. Atlas Wept. That sounds like a hard ass name, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Coming out on PC January 17th. Immortal Life on PC January 18th. No console love in January. Damn. Prince of Persia and the Lost Crown on PlayStation. What?
Huh?
What?
Huh?
What is the?
What's happened? What did he do?
What's going on?
He's confused about something.
No, I'm not. This is just a fucking. This is Flash. Scratch
was this,
all of
was
that.
this last year?
I
That was
literally
last year.
was reading you guys. So I was just like, I read Prince of Persia, and I was like, this is something's off. I didn't realize
Something's off here. Prince of Persia.
Oh, just like things are amiss. Let me pull up the 2025 list really quick because I forgot to update the link.
I got you.
That's fucking crazy.
Here you go. Okay. January.
Yeah, we got that.
There we are. We're good. 14th. Yeah,
Anyways, yeah. so
audio
it's
listeners,
fine.
pretend that didn't happen. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Pretend
Just
that
like
didn't happen. It's fine.
take that.
It's cool. It'd
One
be cool.
back.
Wasn't me.
You know what I
No,
mean?
no.
That's what they said. Yes.
Anyways, starting with the 14th, we're actually getting on like actual stuff like actually happening and releasing this year
stuff,
in
yeah,
2025. Yeah, here we go. Hammers Heroes, Jesus Christ. Heroes of Hammer Watch 2 on PC January 14th. Hyperlight Breaker on PC January 14th. Threefold Reticle on PC on January 14th. Aloft on PC January 15th. We have Runny Bunny on PlayStation 4, 5, Series XS, Xbox One, and Switch on January 15th. We have The Root Trees Are Dead. That's a hard-ass name. Coming out on PC January 15th. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD on Switch January 16th. Montezuma's Revenge. Oh, really? Really?
Mm-hmm. The
Really?
40th anniversary.
The 40th edition coming out on PC January 16th. I know of that as diarrhea and only nothing else. That's
Sounds like diarrhea.
yeah. Things Too Ugly on Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC January 16th. Dynasty Warriors Origins on PlayStation 5, Series XS, PC on January 17th. Tales of Grace's F Remastered on Switch, January 17th. I need to make sure I stop on the appropriate date, which is 20th. And then we have Eden, which is coming on to PC January 20th. Magic Inn on PC January 20th. And Super Roboy on PC January 20th. And that is what we have coming out on the various platforms, gaming-wise, in the next few in the next week. Of course, always, friends, this does not cover every single game available on release. This is just what has been compiled by our friends at GameSpot. Thanks for letting us use your list. So, yeah, we're going to be using that throughout the year because RIP to Game Informer still.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
So yeah, that was what you can expect on the gaming front, or at least some popular games on the gaming front in the next week. And now, folks, we are going to be getting into our next segment, which is what, Ernell?
The end game.
Endgame.
Alright.
Oh yeah.
The end game.
Oh yeah. So for our headlining topic of the podcast this evening, which is our only real topic this evening, because it's going to take up most of the time, we are going to be going over a rundown of our fantasy critic from 2024 last year, and then also getting into our draft for the 2025 fantasy critic. It is a yearly event that we look forward to doing every year, and it is that time of year once again. So without further ado, we are going to be starting off by going down the list of our participants and our studios, our publishers, if you will, from the 2024 Good Kraken Fantasy Critic. And we are going to be going from 4th place up to our 1st place winner for the year. That is correct, right? Or no? That's how we do it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And we kind of read off of our games that we had listed under our publisher and our final score, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Cool. So we will be talking about that a little bit, and starting things off in our 4th place spot, Ocean Shrine, head of the publisher Fat Poseidon Games.
Yep.
He came in 4th place.
Yes, sir.
With
Sure did.
a grand total of 66.28 points for the year.
Sure
$40 left in his fiscal budget.
Yep.
And he had 11 titles release in the 2024 year. Let's see what those titles were. He had Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, which critic response was 81. That netted him 11 points. We got Black Myth Wukong, which critic response got an 82, which netted him 12 points. Rise of Ronin got a 77, which got him 7 points. We got Silent Hill Remake 2, got an 87 and netted him 17 points. Mario vs. Donkey Kong Remake got 77, netted him another 7 points. Banishers Ghosts of New Eden got an 80, netting him a cool 10 points.
Yes, sir.
Hollow Knight Silksong did not fucking release. Nobody was expecting it to.
Okay.
Alone in the Dark did not actually do well for him as he was quite expecting.
Yeah,
it was his first negative of the year at 64 points, netting him a -6. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 did not release, which is fine because it looked like that game needed more time to cook, but still has potential to probably be pretty cool in the future. Homeworld 3 released, netting him another 77 for 7 points. Assassin's Creed Shadow delayed, and hey, we kind of knew that was going to be happening, right?
Yeah.
We felt that later in the year, and that's okay. It has arguably got more hype on it now that is it with this delay, so no points there. Ernell also had Concord. Wow, whoo! He drafted Concord into his studio, publishing that game this year for 64 points, which was a -6. And then he had EA Sports College Football 25, which netted him 81 for 11 points, and Super Mario Party Jamboree for another 81 for 11 points. Again,
let's go, boys.
Grand total of 66 and some change for our 4th place spot in 2024.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Ernell, how do you feel about your 2024 fantasy critic year? Tell us a little bit about it. How do you feel?
I mean, I felt okay. I the first half of the year, I really thought I was steamrolling. I was trucking through that fucking hole, man. It was crazy. And then it got into like the middle section of the year, and I was like, man, I don't know if I got this. I don't know if I have it in the bag, boys. Like, I don't know. That's tough. That's tough stuff. I mean, Hollow Knight Silk Song should have came out this year. You know what I'm saying? Should have came out last year. It should have came out the year before, actually. You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
we'll see. That's one of those games that I will believe it is released when I have physically loaded into the fucking game myself,
when you see
and not a
it,
moment
when you see
before.
it. I know. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get my last pick in for the year. Not that I was like, oh, fuck this, but like I was like, I don't know if there's any other games left that I like vouch for this way, you know? And so I left it. I did forget to do my counter pick though, so I lost an additional.
Oh yes,
15 points.
thank you for mentioning that really quick. I did forgot. We do 2 counter picks each and every season. Ernell's counter picks over at Fat Poseidon Games were Avowed, which was a no release, so he just no change to his score there. And then because he forgot to make his second counter pick, he ate 15 points and netted another negative 15. So he probably actually could have come in. He could have literally come in third place if he would have just counterpicked. Honestly, even if he got a 0. But hey,
Yeah.
that happens. Let's move on to our third place for the 2024 season. That was Devin Brevin, the dude, head of 5 Star Softworks.
Yes, sir.
He's not been doing super hot. He's looking really similar to his track record is looking very similar to another studio that we used to know and love.
yeah.
Devin netted 70.9 points for the 2024 season. Only had 10 games release, had $60 left in his fiscal budget for the year. And the titles that he published in 2024 were Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which netted him 90 points, which got a 93, which netted him 25 points. So he started really strong. Honestly, he had a great first draft in the year, and he had some good games. His second title was Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door Remake, which also did very, very well for him. It got an 89, which netted him 19 points. But unfortunately, Metal Gear Solid, I'm sure that stands for like an Alpha, Omega, Delta, one of those.
Delta.
Yeah, agree. I was going to be like a Greek something or other. Delta, Snake Eater, unfortunately did not release in 2024 as he originally anticipated. So no points there. But he was very, very smart and doubled down and said, hey, we're going to go action. We might as well go high action while we're at it. And drafted Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2.
Good game.
Which is now the most successful Warhammer game ever created, which netted him, which got an 81, netting him 11 points. We've got Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, kind of a quiet release, which did pretty well for him, though. Got 76, netting him a quiet 6 points. We got Princess Peach Showtime, which got 75, which I think a lot of us were actually expecting that to do more for some reason.
I was expecting
but it didn't. Yeah, at least an 80. I was expecting at least an 80 myself, but I got a 75, netting him 5 points. Then Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl, also didn't quite live up to some of its hype. I think a lot of that was just due to some optimization problems and some other hiccups on its launch. But overall, I still think it is a very successful game that I think maybe just subverted some players' expectations, not always in the right direction. But I still think it was a good game overall. But only critically got a 74, only netted him 4 points. Dustborn, people unjustifiably fucking shat on.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
this should have gotten me points.
It should have gotten you like 10 points, to be honest.
At least 10 points. Like that game, it deserved way better. But people were out for blood this year on particular categories and demographics, and unfortunately, this game got unjustifiably destroyed. Critically only getting a 67, unfortunately, netting him a -3. Ernell and I fucking loved that game.
Love that game.
When we did it on stream. It was a lot of fun.
Yes,
Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, unfortunately, did not release. No points there. Jurassic Park Survival, unfortunately, again, did not release. No points there. Open Roads got him, which just got a 70, which means he broke even there. No points. Then Rise of the Golden Idol got him an 85.
Out of nowhere.
Which netted him 15 points. And then Sandland, again, not quite living up to some of its hype, getting a 74, netting him only 4 points. He had for his
Counterpick.
his counterpicks, thank you. I was like brain fart. He had Path of Exile 2, which he actually got saved on by being disqualified for being early release. Otherwise, he would have 17 points. So no 0 points there, thank God for him. But he also forgot to do his second counterpick and 15 points for a total of 71 points rounded up for our third place in the 2024 season.
No.
Brevin.
Oh.
Devin, the dude. How are you feeling post 2024 season about how you did?
Listen, I had some meetings with some production teams, and we talked about how important it was to make great content.
Sir, could you move your microphone a little bit closer for me?
Yeah.
Thank you,
We talked about how important it was to make great content and to not worry about the critics, but worry about the experience of the players.
Yeah.
So we had a few delays this year.
Yeah.
Going into the new year. And we were really looking forward to seeing how those titles are going to be shaping up this year, moving forward. So,
are you hoping to draft those same titles and have those released under your publishing banner again this same year?
Maybe.
Or are you
not
looking to
every
maybe
title.
trade off or distribute or sell off some of those IPs?
And I kind of want to leave it up to the teams. The teams will go where they want to go. I know that there's going to be quite a few draftees, if you would, that'll be reaching their hands out here, and we'll kind of leave it up to what those teams feel like they want to be going under this year. We're not a hostile work environment. We don't need to put in crunch hours and drive people to their wits end so their families never see them. So it's kind of the team's choice.
Hell yeah. Oh, it looks like we have a question from head of Fat Poseidon Games, Ocean Stride.
Yeah,
So,
hi,
Ernell Pearson.
Ernell Pearson from Fat Poseidon Games. Is it true that if you don't use it, you lose it?
That in some cases, yes. In some cases, yes. But I will tell you, there is quite a few 5-star Softworks originals that will be coming into play this year.
Ah, nice. Nice. Okay. We're good.
Moving on to our second place for our 2024 season, we have head of Simfix Interactive, DJ Simfix himself. He would be the kind of guy that names his studio after himself.
Yeah,
like
directly.
Kind of directly. Some Kojima Studios ass.
I have stepped down from CEO to really just be a part of
He's
the
head
team.
creative director now.
Yeah, I'm head creative director now, and
I feel like
I can be a part of the decision making process a little bit more. I don't have to handle the finances. I was really confident. I had so much on my plate last year, and I think it was just a move to step down for this year, this coming year. But we'll get into that after the recap.
Yeah. As a publisher this year, Simfix Interactive had 139.68 points in total, bringing us to his second place position, releasing 12 games in the year, maintaining a budget of $45 left for the fiscal year. And let's talk about what he released in 2024. Starting off, he released Dragon's Dogma 2, which critically got an 87, netting him 17 points. Super, super strong start for his
He was
first
happy
draft.
about that one.
Yep. Good
Star
pick.
Wars
Yeah, good release.
Outlaws, which actually I think subverted a lot of people's expectations by just going positive critically at all. Got a 75, so not a lot of points, but better than no points here, getting him 5 points at a 75. Helldivers 2, which went on to get a lot of accolades and awards
game.
throughout the year,
Good game.
ultimately winning multiplayer game of the year at Game Awards. Critically got an 83, netting him 13 points. We have Persona 3 Reload, also crushing it critically, getting an 88, netting him 18 points. Path of Exile 2, which would have netted him a lot of points critically, but unfortunately his studio
We're
had
caught
to
up.
make the decision to release this early access because they just thought it was really, really important to get player feedback directly during the development process. So that took it out of the runnings for the fantasy year. We do, however, though, have Avowed, which unfortunately did not release. Again, studio took a lot of player feedback from trailers they decided to release in the year, and that has gotten delayed to 2025, which now is looking quite a lot better in with this 2025 showing, and we're expecting good things from Avowed. Replaced again. Studios making lots of decisions to choose the player experience first, and just choose not to get roasted critically anymore because studios are tired of it. So we're delaying games. And Replace, unfortunately, did not release. So that is 3 zeros in a row,
Damn shame.
unfortunately, for Synfix Interactive in the mid-year.
Yeah.
But then we had Visions of Mana release for critically. It did pretty all right. We had 77, netting him 7 points. We have a sequel in the Turnip Boy franchise. Turnip Boy robs a bank again, netting him 77. At 77, netting him 7 points. I honestly thought it would have been bigger too, because I do remember the original Turnip Boy getting like 8 in like the 80s. However, Dragon Age: The Veilguard, formerly known as Dreadwolf, actually did fairly well. One of BioWare's best releases as in quite a long time, getting 79, netting him 9 points. Then we had a sleeper hit, which I do not think anybody was expecting to do as well as it did. We had Metaphor Refantasio, which is a Persona style game, which got critically a 92, one of the best games of the year, netting him 25 points. Then we had Zenless Zone Zero, a fantastic new game from the Hoyoverse developers, getting a 76, netting him 6 points. Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero, the return to form for the Budokai series in Spirit. Again, doing critically really, really well. We're happy to see the return of the Budokai format in the Dragon Ball Z fighting games. That critically got an 82, netting him 12 points. Stellar Blade, the game full of plot and nothing but plot. So much plot. Did critically amazing this year, and was a really, really highly regarded ARPG, coming in critically at an 82, netting him 12 points as well. Then we have Tales of Kenzara Zhao, getting a 76, respectively, for this first ever brand new IP in a Metroidvania platform in a very, very niche setting. Which I'm glad it got at least a 76, because this was
it got hated on because of the
because heaven forbid it represents this is a game by a marginalized group for a marginalized group. But hey, critically probably could have done better. Should have done better is what I meant to say. Should have done better if people would just fucking open their goddamn eyes. That unfortunately only netted him 6 points. Then for Synfix Interactive's counterpicks for the year, we have Jurassic Park Survival, which was a no release, so didn't impact him at all in the year. And then he saw it coming down the pipeline and counterpicked Dustborn, which, as we said, critically only got a 67 points, so he netted a positive 3 from that, for a total of 140 points rounded up for his second place for the year. Before we get onto DJ's comments about his 2024 season, we've got a quick question from the head of 5 Star Softworks, Devin Stanford.
DJ, how does it feel that you got points banking on the fact of incels going after these
Hey man, he knew that incels were gonna incel. He saw it.
Look, man,
He made the marketing choice.
I didn't counterpick off of that idea. I counterpicked because I thought the game looked boring. To be fair, like on first impression, so I thought maybe it wouldn't work. And I think I already heard a few things about the game before it came out, like not anything like involving like how like progressive the game is or anything like that. I just heard that people just were okay about it. They're like, eh. And honestly, out of all the picks at the time, I felt like that was like the better counter pick. Because if I went for anything else, I think I would have lost points.
Hey, at least you didn't forget to do one of your counter picks and just ate 15 points in the season, right? You actually made the decision to at least counter pick 2 games. So, DJ, tell us how you feel you did in the 2024 season for Fantasy Critic.
I think I did pretty well considering, the robbery of the draft. Garrick of Vermilion Beard of Red Bush Labs, he was always eyeing my picks, and somehow he might have had a mole that looked at our draft board. But I'm not gonna hold it against him. He had a crazy year, fluke year, some might say, not me.
Yeah, some might say, yeah.
But like I said, I was dealing with a lot, as CEO, so I decided to step down, have a more intimate, role within my my company, and hopefully this year we'll pull out with the win.
Hell yeah! Had a respectable year from Synfix Interactive.
It was respectable, Garrick, but unfortunately,
Respectable.
as we go into the last one, the winner here, which I'm not letting Garrick take the announcements on his own fucking
No.
rundown here.
I
We're
was
not
about to
letting
say
him
someone
run down his own
someone else
fucking
gotta do
self.
it. I can't hear this guy talk about
We
his fucking
move
wins.
to Red Bush Labs, humbly owned by one Vermilion Beard, who got 177.8 points with a remaining budget of $25. Good sir. Garrick started off this year with a bang. Tekken 8, critically rated at 90, garnering him 20 points. Fuck off. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, critically scored at 90, got 20 points. The Plucky Squire, critically scored at 82, getting him 12 points. Pacific Drive, 80, getting him 10 points. Frostpunk 2, 85, getting him 15 points. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, 81, getting him 11 points. Oh, and then Garrick got Little Nightmares 3. Didn't come out. Did not release. 0 points. Oh no, Garrick's gonna lose now. Nope. Still Wakes the Deep, 76, getting him 6 points.
Decent.
Unicorn Overlord, who would have fucking thought? 88.
I did.
Get him 18 points. He did. He really did. Indiana
Really
Jones
championed
and the
him.
Great Circle, a good game. Critically scored 87, getting 17 points. Aiden Chronicle, 100 Heroes, 76, got 6 points. Astrobot, 95.
Big,
Game of the Year,
huge pick.
29 points. That was when I knew. Nah, there's no.
I've been
chance.
knew it was over.
No fucking chance. Life is Strange,
Dude, I
double
saw that
exposure.
shit get released, and I snuck in, and I was like, gonna get that real quick.
He
That's
did,
mine.
man. He really did. Life is Strange, double exposure, a game that I loved. 71, got 1 point. The Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom, 85, got 15 points. God, this makes me want fucking Jesus Christ. Mario and Luigi Brothership, 77, got him 7 points. Unfortunately, Garrick counterpicked at Dragon Age The Veilguard, losing him 9 points from the good old Symphix.
I just thought that wasn't going to come out this year. Was pretty sure.
You
But
really
lo and
That was a
behold,
big
it did.
gamble for me, to be fair. Really big gamble.
And then he did get one good one with Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, my pick. He countered, not losing him any points nor gaining, landing him at a perfect 178. Wonderful points. Garrick from Redbush Labs. Before you go on to your announcement of some new news for your studio, how was your year, Mr. Winner Circle?
Wow. Honestly, we had a fucking banner year. Things went absolutely, yeah, a banner year. We had an absolutely banner year, man.
Yep,
It was
banner year.
we things were fantastic for us.
Mhm.
Everybody was happy. We had a lot of fantastic releases. We learned a lot from this year in terms of what games we want to see in our studios going forward. And we're feeling pretty good about 2025 and what that's going to hold for the studio formerly known as Redbush Labs, which has now grown to a larger part of a conglomerate.
Yes, sir. And Garrick, that is going to lead us into your announcement, sir. Your new studio.
Oh yes, of course, of course. Yeah, the new studio, formerly known as Redbush Labs, will now actually be known as Thick Juice Dynamics.
It is. It is called Thick Juice Dynamics. Love that, man. Love that. Well, welcome to
Yeah.
Thick Juice Dynamics, everybody.
Yeah,
I
Thick
think-
Juice Dynamics is we're expecting. We've got three really good studios under our umbrella right now with Redbush Labs, Cherry Blossom Interactive, and Take the Cannoli Studios. We've got two really great studios with awesome track records. One that we appreciated because they're willing to take risks, and Thick Juice Dynamics is now really appreciating what it's going to be capable of in 2025. Which brings us to our 2025 draft.
Let's go,
right?
boys.
We're moving into
Let's go, boys.
the real deal. Now we are going to be doing a snake draft, folks. The way this is going to be working is we are going to be drafting 8 games each this evening, going in reverse order, meaning that Ernell will be our first draft and I will be our last draft for the night as our winner of the 2024 Fantasy Critic. We will snake draft it until we have done all of our 8 picks, and I believe 1 counter pick for the evening. And then we will be leaving the rest of those slots available to pick other potentials and our second counter pick to pick that later in the season. So I am going to be needing Ernell's help here as the manager. So, but without further ado, we are going to be starting our 2025 fantasy draft for Good Kraken.
Yes,
And Ernell, the head of Fat Poseidon Studios, our first draft pick for 2025. Kick us off, my friend. What game are you drafting first in 2025?
Yes, everybody here at Fat Poseidon Games. We have heard you. We are listening. And we have decided to pick Grand Theft Auto 6 as our number 1 pick in the 2025 draft, everybody.
Strong,
that's right.
super strong pick,
That's right.
right? An
Yeah.
unexpected,
Mhm.
an expected pick that we knew this was a very popular pick. We knew this was going to be grabbed early on in the year by a studio, by a publisher, very early on.
Yes,
We're
sir.
expecting
Yes, sir.
things from Rockstar Games, and congratulations to Fat Poseidon Games for
Yes, sir.
drafting
I came
GTA
prepared.
6.
Yes, sir.
GTA 6.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I got my list right here too. I'm locked and loaded to go.
So make
locked
sure
and loaded.
you put your game in the draft.
Yes,
and
it
actually
is
pick
locked
so that
in. It is locked
so that
in.
we
Yes.
can move on. Meaning it will now be Devin, head of 5-Star Softworks. His time for his first round pick, our second overall pick in the 2025 draft. What's your game going to be, my friend? What are you drafting first in 2025?
Let me refresh this real quick. There we go. Draft game. So we are going to go with a brand new 5-star Softworks original.
Mm,
Um,
mm.
yeah, brand new. And we are going to select
Mm-hmm.
Monster Hunter Wilds.
Oh, he's
Good pick.
swooping it
Another-
up.
Another
Swooping it
super
up.
popular pick for the year. Another one that we
Good
were
pick.
were
Good pick.
expecting. This is
Yep, good
likely
pick.
to be like one of the biggest releases ever for Monster Hunter. Those were the two that I personally expected to go first, and they did.
Yeah, they did. Yes,
No,
they sure
not
did.
shocking at all. So lock in your draft pick, Devin, and then we'll move on to DJ, head of Synfix Interactive, making his first draft pick for 2025.
That's right.
DJ,
exactly
what
what
is
he's
your
grabbing.
pick going to
I
be?
know exactly what he's grabbing.
Well, let's start off with a bang. Been keeping my ear to the ground, knowing what people are looking for, people are wanting, and Synfix Interactive selects for the first pick of the 2025 draft. Or third pick. Elden Ring, Night Rain. We're drafting it.
Oh, he's
Boom.
doing it. He's doing it. All right. All right.
I thought about that. but I think it's
Did
gonna
it
be
go through?
received
Did it go
a-
through? I don't know if it went through.
Yes, it went through.
Yeah,
Yep.
it did.
Okay,
I
okay.
feel like it might
A-
get
a
received a little
strong
differently.
yet bold pick from Synfix
Yeah.
Interactive. This is looking to be slightly experimental from as far as titles are concerned from FromSoft, with the potential to have some reused assets, but it could be used in a very unique and fun way, which may be exciting for longtime fans of From Software titles. So, great first draft from DJ there. Moving into our fourth overall pick, ending for our first round, it's going to be yours truly drafting. We are from Thick Juice Dynamics, making our first draft.
Yes, sir.
Fourth overall pick for the year, and we are going to be drafting Ghosts of Yote.
Yep. There we go.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Top floor right there.
No-brainer pick right
Top floor
there.
right there. Yep.
No
Yeah,
brainer.
yeah, that
Yep.
was the next one. That
Yep.
that was like, if nobody gets that, that's what I'm grabbing.
Those were
Yeah.
like the big four for this year. So we're
Yes,
right
they
on
were
track.
the biggest
right on
ones.
track.
Like we're locking it in. Everything else is up to preference and performance overall. In this particular instance, games that we kind of knew were going to be snagged up. Ghosts of Yote, a highly anticipated sequel from the critically beloved Ghosts of Tsushima. There is a small risk drafting this game because incels could incel in the long
Yeah,
run.
it's a
Right.
But
DEI
I
warrior.
get it.
Oh no, people might.
But I
influence the
think
DEI warrior.
this game is going to do well enough gameplay and story wise that it will win out in the day, which is going to bring it back around snake draft, which means it is going to be Thick Juice Dynamics pick yet again.
Round two, baby.
So,
round two. Let's go.
we're starting off round two, and for round two, I am going to grab Split Fiction.
Ooh.
That wasn't even. That wasn't even. Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't.
that's
I
a
was
good
not
choice.
expecting that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right, sir.
Split Fiction is a highly anticipated title with a lot of hype around it. This is the follow up to from a developer that has already won a Game of the Year title. So they've won Game of the Year once already in the form of It Takes Two. This looked incredibly fun and inventive. I think Split Fiction is going to do great things this year.
All right, sir.
Alrighty.
Swing it back
All right.
to round two. For
Yeah,
DJ.
bringing it back.
All right.
It is now Synfix Interactive turn to draft.
I think, I just got to take this off the table immediately. I mean, we saw what, Red Bush softwares were able to do with the Like a Dragon series. So we're going Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
That was
Okay.
that was
All
my
right,
Good
all
pick,
right.
good pick. Another super strong pick, right? Looks like it's going back to the roots. It's got like that goofy edge that Yakuza is really, really known for, just being bombacious and really over the top. Another super strong pick from Synfix Interactive. Moving into our next pick, we have, again, it is 5-Star Softworks' turn to draft. 5-Star, what is your game?
All right, I had to double check something. We didn't need another game to not come out this year
Fair point.
on the
Fair point.
lineup. So I think our next 5-Star Softworks original is gonna be Mafia: The Old Country.
Okay.
Strong pick.
That was on my
Expected
list,
to
that was on my
release
list.
later this summer. This is a beloved franchise that critically does overall pretty well. It lives often in the upper 70s, lower 80s. Critically linear, story-driven action games, mob based, super popular, long-running franchise. Super strong pick, very good pick from 5 Star Softworks.
Yes, sir.
All right, bring our second round of picks to a close. We have Fat Poseidon Games. Fat Poseidon, what is your game?
Yes, sir. Us here at Fat Poseidon Games, we have heard you, and we are listening. And for our second round pick, we will be doing Borderlands 4.
Borderlands
Kind of a risk.
4.
Kind of a risk. Kind of
Mhm.
a
A
risk.
little bit of a
Mhm.
risky move from Fat
Mhm.
Poseidon Games in the
Mhm.
end of round 2, right?
Yes, sir.
The
Yes, sir.
Borderlands movie was a critical failure and a massive flop in the monetarily and critically upon its release, going to digital platforms only 2 weeks after hitting theaters. It's been a long time since we've got a mainline game, right? We had a rather successful spin-off in the form of Tiny Tina's, but it did not have a strong closing saga with bad DLC that the community did not enjoy getting its hand on. So we are in a strange place with the future of Borderlands. So a highly anticipated yet risky pick from Fat Poseidon Games. Still bringing it back yet again to Fat Poseidon Games again, starting us off for round 3. Fat Poseidon Games, your game, please.
Yes, sir. I want to note, firstly, very, very funny, the LLC in Simfix Interactive. Killed me.
Limited liability
Killed
is fucking ridiculous.
Gentlemen, we here at Fat Poseidon Games just want to make sure that everyone at home understands that we hear you and we're listening.
Again.
So we
Still listening.
We
All I can
this
see is
year
that same
listening.
pitch.
for round 3, we are picking Doom: The Dark Ages.
Fuck.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
That was my
Yeah,
other
no,
strong pick.
that's big.
I
That's
think
big.
this
That's
is
big.
really solid. I
Mhm.
think this is a really solid pick for Fat Poseidon Games. While Doom Eternal did well, I do think there is already a lot more hype surrounding this particular title as far as it being next in the Doom franchise's release slate. Arguably a much stronger start in round 3 for Fat Poseidon Games than their round 2 end pick. Bringing it back around, though, to 5 Star Softworks. What is your next game, 5 Star Softworks?
Absolutely. So it's been a long time coming here, and we've also been listening and paying attention here. And I would like everybody to know that we hear you because we are picking Fable for our
Is that the
third
pitch
round
now?
pick.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good choice. Good choice, sir.
That's a great choice. Great choice.
Yeah. Long awaited game.
Yes, a long awaited. We know it is very much expected to be releasing in 2025. We do not have a hard date for it. The gameplay, if what we have seen really is in fact gameplay, which it says it is, it looks insane. So we'll see what that is ultimately going to look like. It has been a long time since we've had a release in the Fable franchise. A bold pick for 5 Star Softworks in round 3. Moving on to our next picks, we have Simfix Interactive LLC. Simfix Interactive, what is your round 3 pick?
Ah, man. Okay. Well, to be honest, you know, this is a game where it's technically, we've seen it before, right? And we've seen it done. We haven't seen it done in a way that transcended gaming, right? But I think with the second shot of this game,
Mm.
I think it will be way better. And knowing the guy at the helm, he's definitely going to get me some points here this year. We're taking Death Stranding 2 on the beach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good game.
Yes.
Good
Yeah,
pick.
good
Solid
choice.
pick.
Another
Solid
highly
pick.
anticipated title with lots expected to go for it. Another bold, maybe a little risky. As Kojima's vision is always his vision and his vision alone, and
Gambling
critics
on it.
may not always align with his vision, and players may not always align with that vision either. Regardless, he always produces experimental, once in a lifetime games every time he releases something. So we're expecting interesting things at the very, very least from Death Stranding 2. So at the end of round 3, bringing it back to Thick Juice Dynamics for their next pick. And we are going to be welcoming into the family a game that, after some very interesting ups and downs, is now looking like it's shaping up to be something worth our time, and we think its players are ultimately going to end up enjoying it too. And we are going to be welcoming to Thick Juice Dynamics Avowed.
I knew it.
Damn it.
knew it.
Damn it.
I knew it.
Damn it.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
Good pick. Good pick.
Clap it
I
up.
feel like
Good pick.
that's a strong. I feel like that's a really strong pick after the work they've been willing to put in. I think it's going to be a very, very interesting title. Game of the Year contender, possibly not. Fresh new franchise IP that will do critically well. I'm hoping so. So that will end our round 3 and bring it right back to our round 4. So we are starting our halfway point of our draft for this evening for y'all. This is our halfway point, our intermission, if you will.
Yep.
Okay, that was your time to go pee. Welcome back, everybody, for our that was your intermission. We are now on our the top of our round 4 pick. Still Thick Juice Dynamics picks up for right now, and we are going to be getting into a little bit more. A lot of the hot picks for the year are now picked up, and now we're going to be drafting a lot of games based off of preference and past performances. And with that being said, this is one of my most anticipated games of the year as the head of the studio. And how could we not draft it? We are going to be grabbing Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition.
He's doing it. He's doing it.
Switch.
He's doing
This
it.
is one of the most highly anticipated and asked for ports on the console ever, and I think it's going to do fantastic.
Feels good, man. Feels good. Good pick.
This game is not eligible because it's a partial remake and not a true remake. That is very, very sad. So I will be pivoting.
Okay.
That is okay. We come prepared.
Ouch.
We come prepared. And Thick Juice Dynamics, sorry Xenoblade, we'll have some behind the scenes talk of some support that we're still going to be giving you where we can, in the terms of me giving you my fucking money. But with that being said, we are going to be switching things up just a little bit, pivoting here to what we hope will be the next big thing in Pokemon, the highly anticipated spin-off sequel for Pokemon Legends Z to A.
Good pick, man. As far as Pokemon,
while this is a
concerned,
risky pick, we do know that Pokemon always critically tend to do well. We know graphically they have been in a very questionable place lately, but critically, its predecessor, Pokemon Legends Arceus, did really well and did a lot to refresh the franchise in fun ways that they used mechanically in the next main game. And we think that Z to A will do the same. Moving on, though, to our next pick, we are swinging it back, and it is again Simfix Interactive's turn. What is your 4th round pick, Simfix Interactive?
This year we're not, holding anything back, not giving any fucks. We just know we want to shake up the industry, and I think no other game represents that than Claire Obscure Expedition
God
33.
fucking damn it! God fucking
Super
damn it.
strong pick.
God damn it!
Arguably a sleeper pick
Damn it.
from DJ Symphix. One that I believe several other studios were eyeing on, but I think they were waiting to pick it up later on in the round, hoping nobody would notice this particularly sweet and highly anticipated RPG in the works.
Be my game.
Yeah,
of
we
the
saw
year.
we saw them at Summer
Massive
Games
cast.
Fest. We liked their workouts with and they have a lot of big names coming onto their project. Robert Pattinson, Shadowheart from Baldur's Gate 3. You know, I have a soft spot for Baldur's Gate 3. So
Mm.
you know, it is.
Robert
It was a
Pattinson's not in
no-brainer
it.
for me. He looks like it. It looks like it.
He's not though.
Yeah.
He's not.
It looks
But
Damn.
he is.
No.
But
You
he-
should know the cast of your game, dude.
But he is.
Wow, dude. Wow.
Andy Serkis. He's in it.
Ben Starr.
Ben Starr. He's in it.
Starr,
Ben
yeah.
Starr. I mean,
And
yeah,
so
if
it
anything Ben
isn't-
Starr is a
isn't,
part of.
Charlie Cox.
isn't
He's in it.
Charlie Cox. That's
Good
who's
for
in
English,
it. I was gonna
he's
be
in it.
like, yeah.
Good game.
Yeah.
Good game.
All
Good game, good
right. We are moving on to our next pick, 5-star Softworks for your fourth round. What is your game?
Listen, we're not defined by genres. We're not defined by what games people enjoy. You know, we're not your shooters. We're not just your action games.
Mm.
But we do like to use our mind, and we do like to embrace strategy. So we've made some backdoor dealings, and we would like to welcome the game Sid Meier's Civilization 7.
Civilization 7, or Civ 7 as it's going to be known by the community once the moment it releases, and is probably already known as now. Highly anticipated real-time strategy game. Super strong pick from 5-star Softworks. Everybody is coming out to play in the 2025 season. There's going to be a lot of heat this season. Ending off our round 4 pick, it is again 5 Fat Poseidon games turn to draft.
Yeah, it is. Gentlemen, here at Fat Poseidon Games, we just like to make sure that year in, year out, that we are doing the best that we possibly can. And that means that when we are here, we are hearing you. And we are listening, okay?
We're family.
And that means that we have a responsibility to be picking in this round South of Midnight.
Good choice.
Ooh, good
On my
pick.
list.
Great choice. Great
Mhm.
choice on my
A
list
strong
too.
pick that is expected to be releasing on PC and Xbox
Yes, sir.
in the 2025 year. This looks like it's got some third-person Metroidvania action adventure aspects to it. Lots of good stuff going on there in a very, very unique setting and art style. Good pick from from Fat. I almost did it again. 5-star
Wow,
Software,
wow.
fucking Fat Poseidon
Wow.
Games,
Wow.
and the end of round 4. Again,
Excuse me.
topping us off on round 5. It is again Fat Poseidon Games. Turn to
Yes,
draft.
sir. Yes, sir. For round 5, Fat Poseidon Games is putting in the work, okay, putting in the energy to make sure that we can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
And listen to you, because for round 5, we are picking Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Get fucked, Evan.
Good stuff.
Get fucked,
Anticipated for the year, but no window whatsoever.
Get
This
fucked,
could ultimately be a non-release for the year. Also speculated to potentially be heavily tied to the next Nintendo console as to whether or not it ends up releasing. Bringing it back to our next drafter, very angry competitor right now, 5-star Softworks. What is your next game?
You know, we have kept relations going very strong with this team, and they decided to come back on board with us for 2025 with a very promising and expected to release date for you know, something that is we all hold very dear to our hearts, and we can't wait to embrace the nostalgia. So with that being said, I would like to welcome Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater.
Good choice. Solid choice.
Yeah.
Solid choice. Good choice,
Nice.
sir.
Keeping in those same relations from the 2024 year, making sure that he is in charge of that publishing that beloved next release for Snake Eater. Good stuff. Good stuff. Next, we have our 5th round pick for Symphix Alternative. Your next game, please.
Alternative.
The alternative version.
Oh,
Yeah.
did I say Symphix? Symphix Interactive.
Yeah. You
I have
know,
no idea why I
we've
said
been eyeing
alternative
this
at all.
release for a long time. We appreciate the developers behind this, and it'd be great to see how they work with a bigger budget than before. We're gonna take the Outer Worlds 2.
I was literally
Good
sitting
pick.
there. I was like, do I
Good pick.
snag
That
Metal
was
Gear or
one.
do I take Metal Gear Solid? Like, do I?
That was one that was absolutely thick juice was looking to pick up Outer Worlds so that we could have double down on our relationship with Obsidian for the year. But we respect their choice to take their other title to Symphix Interactive. But that is going to be moving on to the end of our 5th round. It is thick juice round to pick, and we are going to be picking a sequel title, a game that won a lot of awards and accolades the year that it released. This is a indie release, and we are really stoked and excited to introduce Citizen Sleeper 2 Stuart Vector into our
That's
good.
big.
Looks
That's
good.
big.
publishing
big.
studio for the
Good looking
year.
game. Good looking game.
That ends round 5. Bringing it right back to the top of round 6 is again Thick Juice Dynamics' turn to draft. And we are going to grab another highly anticipated sequel for one of the most immersive and interactive and period accurate medieval sword and sandal RPGs ever created. We are going to be drafting and welcoming to Thick Juice Dynamics Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Good pick.
Yeah.
I am not surprised by that
Great
one
pick.
coming from Thick Juice Dynamics. To be completely honest with you,
No, it's a very strong and typical pick from here at Thick Juice. Moving into the second half of our 6th round pick, we have Symphix Interactive. Excuse me for the flow up earlier, folks at home. Symphix Interactive. What is your 6th round pick, please?
Our 6th round pick will possibly be a surprise to some people, but I think I can't let this prospect stay on the board any longer. We're taking Ninja Gaiden Ragebound as our 6th
strong pick. Another strong pick.
Good pick. Good pick.
Everybody is just showing up with no risky business. We are looking at titles with substance and history and strong IP identities this year in the 2025 Fantasy Critic Draft. Good pick from Symphix Interactive. Moving on to our next in round 6, we have 5 Star Softworks. What is your next game?
You know, unfortunately, some deals that we've been trying to make throughout the year have obviously not come to fruition, as Obsidian has decided to take both properties elsewhere. So we decided to look onwards and look at a new company that has been making their very first IP, and that would be coming from Ghost Story Games, a studio led by Ken Levine here. So we are going to be drafting Judas.
Damn, it was on my list. Damn. Good choice. Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah, that game looks
I think
sick.
that will be
game
a
looks
sleeper
fucking sick.
hit. I think that'll be a sleeper hit that not a lot of people are expecting this year. But
We're getting
Creators
into
of
a lot
Bioshock.
more of the a
Yeah.
lot more of the original like sleeper hits. We're getting into older studios that haven't released a lot of new IPs in the future or are expanding on into new franchises for the first time in a long time. with a lot of those AAA games being drafted up. Expect a lot of AA and indie titles to be drafted in the second half here. Moving on, we are drafting the end of round 6. Fat Poseidon Games, it is your turn.
Yeah. Hi. It's real hard to say sometimes coming into this each year, doing what we do, day in, day out, hearing the people, listening to the people. And I just want to make sure that everyone at home knew that we can hear you. And we're listening. And
All
because of such, today, for this round, we are picking Lost Records, Bloom and Rage.
Ooh.
Good
Wow.
pick.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had to lock it.
Yeah.
I had to lock it in
Highly
here.
anticipated game from Don't Nod, with a really awesome track record of releasing very strong narrative-driven titles with unique characters and perspectives throughout. Amazing pick from Fat Poseidon Games, ending out round 6, bringing us to the top of round 7. Fat Poseidon Games again. Draft your game.
Yes, we hear you. And we are listening.
All night.
All night, baby. All night. I can't stop. Won't stop. I'm saying. Gentlemen, I think that it is, without a doubt, one could say that it is risky to be picking this, but because we are so good at making sure that we hear you and listen to you, all of you, okay, we are going to be announcing that Assassin's Creed Shadows will be making it onto our roster this year.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
pick.
I mean,
Arguably
yeah.
a very risky pick. He is Fat Poseidon's game choosing to publish a game from the much besmirched Ubisoft developer,
Yes, sir.
which has had not a very strong track record, especially in the 2024 year, with a with lots of delays on their current works and releasing to critical failure and poor player response, Skull and Bones, which everybody has already forgotten about.
Okay, hey, we here at Fat Poseidon Games, we fucking get it. Okay, we get it. Right? You're really sending it
I
home.
mean, yeah,
over
he
there.
said he's listening, so he's been listening.
We are
Use you.
so probably the riskiest pick all night so far in our drafts from Fat Poseidon Games in
So
round
you get
7.
riskier from here.
I could
Yep.
feel you guys dipping, ducking,
Assassin's
dodging,
Creed.
and diving around this fucking game. So I just thought
Shadows.
I'd do it.
Bringing us to our
no,
next pick, though, 5-Star Softworks. Draft your next game.
Yes, before we draft our next game, I'd like to make a comment that Assassin's Creed Shadows didn't even catch our eyes.
Not mine.
They were partnered with us at Fat Poseidon last year, so
Well-
we shall continue that partnership.
Well, I mean,
It sounds
it's in the name,
like
it's
you
in the
guys are
shadows.
buying. It sounds like Ubisoft needs some help with their publishing.
Nah, they're fine. They're fine. We're fine. Okay, but you know what? I hear you,
and I'm listening.
and we're listening. Okay, I just want to make sure that you know.
Well,
All right, well, let's listen to
that
5-Star
being said-
Softworks draft their next game.
With that being said, we've seen some things, and we're very excited about this upcoming release. It is slated for the end of this year. It's a little bit of a risk, but here at 5-Star Softworks, we like to take risks, but we're also okay with giving our teams as much time as they need. So, with that being said, we are picking Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
A arguably super risky pick, a game not necessarily confirmed to be releasing in 2025, with not a lot being shown, but did have a very, very interesting trailer show up in the second half of 2024 that got a lot of people talking for a good long minute. We could see a lot of good things from developer Skydance Studios making that game, hopefully releasing in 2025 under 5-Star Softworks. A risky,
Yes, sir.
but exciting pick. Ending off our round 7, we are moving into, the second half of our round 7. Apologies. We are drafting next Synfix Interactive's next title.
Yeah, I think we want to take a risky pick here because we know we're going to get right back after, fat juice makes their two picks. So we're going to go risky here. Slightly risky, but this is a tried and true franchise, and they're making their comeback this year, hopefully. Gears of War E-Day will be our pick.
Oh, wow. Whoa, okay. All right, sir.
Yeah.
All right, we're now getting into the deep picks of is this going to release this year? Your guess is as good as ours, right? We don't necessarily know if Gears of War E-Day is going to be releasing in 2025. There's high speculation that it does, but we saw again a really interesting trailer that got a lot of hype around it at the end of the year, and we are probably expecting at very least some early gameplay footage from that, hopefully in 2025. Ending our round 7, we have Thick Juice Dynamics making their next pick, and we are going to keep on grabbing. Actually, I don't know if this is eligible for draft. I need to make sure before I even blow my mouth off here.
Okay, I see you. That's okay. We I can hear you, and we're listening over here. That's right.
Yeah. So as long as this is eligible, we are going to be grabbing yet again another sequel title because we are about that this year. Lots of incredible sequels coming up. This is another sequel that was originally a top-down, getting ported to a third-player or third-person format with co-op and multiplayer aspects. We are going to be welcoming in Hyper Light Breaker.
Ooh, okay, yeah. That checks out for you.
That fucking went. Is apparently in early access. So
no,
can't get it.
We're back.
I will not be
backing up on
drafting
one.
that.
Backing on that one.
We are going to be. We're rescinding that offer. Sorry, Hyperlight.
Sorry, what was that?
We wish you a lot of success in your early access.
Yes.
We are going to be pivoting to our next pick. We were in conversations with this game already, and this is another pick that is very much in the wheelhouse of Thick Juice Dynamics, because who doesn't want to play a high fantasy arena warrior with PTSD running a tea shop? We are going to be grabbing Wanderstop.
For the last round, he is picking Wonderstop. Okay. All right, sir.
Second to last round.
Wait, is that 1, 2, 3, 4? Oh, yeah, because you're replacing Hyperlight. That's right. Okay, yep, you're good.
We are now in our final draft round, though, for the evening, and we are going to be rounding out our draft. Not a ton left. We are looking at a lot of AA and indie titles, and this is about the time where Thick Juice Dynamics really likes to share the love for the indie titles that they are expecting to do really well this year. And for our final draft pick, we are going to be drafting Reanimal.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Okay, sir. I see you.
We know that Little Nightmares 3 is expected. Reanimal, though, caught our eye in an interesting way, made by the same developer as Little Nightmares 3. We wish them the best luck on that title, but Reanimal's trailer really shocked us. No release date, but expected to be releasing in 2025. We'll have our fingers crossed. That will be our final draft for the night. Reanimal.
All right, sir.
Moving into your final draft for the evening, Synfix Interactive.
Yeah, I'm surprised this wasn't on Thick Juice Dynamics' board, but we're gonna go with Dying Light the Beast.
That was on Thick Juice's board, but there is a reason it was excluded. Because Thick Juice Dynamics was the holder of their predecessor game, and they, as much as we personally loved that title, the developer broke a lot of promises in the development process for the previous game, and we are holding out hope that Dying Light the Beast will be everything that we want it to be, but as yet to be seen.
Mm.
That's fair. That's fair, sir. That's fair. We move to the last round pick for.
We are moving on to our final round pick for 5-Star Softworks.
All right. You know, we've been keeping our eye on this game more so than others have been doing throughout the year. This caught my eye back at Summer Games Fest, and even intrigued me more at their recent showing during the Game Awards.
Mm.
And so 5-Star Softworks is going to be enjoying which is going to be joining forces with so much optimism and much excitement, and I cannot wait to play this. We are grabbing the first Berserker, Kazan.
Oh, okay.
Yes. That was also on Thick Juice's list. Super exciting pick. This is a exciting Souls-like-esque action RPG with a really unique art style that is a new IP that could wow. Super solid final pick from 5-Star Softworks, and our final draft pick for the night in round 8. End us off, Fat Poseidon Games.
We like to take risks here. Our last pick being Assassin's Creed Shadow, obviously, arguably the riskiest pick of the year. But our final pick that we are going into was arguably risky because we do not know for sure if this game is coming out this year. But it is good that we got a chance to hear all of you at home and listen to all of you at home. And make sure that this was the right decision for us. Actually, that might actually have to change because I'm realizing that is not eligible for this.
It'd be like that. Sometimes you're in talks and deals fall through.
So we will actually have to change that out for a game that was next on our list. Here that anyways, we hear you, we're listening. Our last pick for 2025's fantasy draft is going to be Dispatch.
Oh, I forgot about that. Fuck,
I've got a feeling.
That's a good one.
I've got a feeling this game's gonna fucking rock, dude.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really good. Aaron Paul's in it.
But
Laura Bailey.
Garrick, we now move to the counter.
Yep, we move on to our final little picks, our counter picks for the evening. All right, so I will start off with our counter picks. It simply goes in reverse, and that will be our final picks for the evening. And while Thick Juice Dynamics wishes this title the best, something tells me it is going to miss the mark critically, and we are going to be counterpicking Dispatch.
Oh,
damn! Whoa!
No belief.
Oh, whoa!
Wow.
Ouch, man.
All right.
Okay, all right.
All right.
I see you. That's okay. I get it. I totally understand.
Cinefix Interactive, your first counter pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna counter pick. Hate to be that guy. You know what I mean? It's just something I have to take. If it does good, I'll eat my crow. But I am counter picking Borderlands 4.
Ooh, bold counter pick from a franchise that historically has done pretty well, but not all of their games have. We have had some missteps. Borderlands 3 getting mixed results, right? And pre-sequel also getting mixed results.
After Garrick.
All right. We have our counter pick for 5-Star Softworks.
So we are very excited on the continuation of this IP. We can't wait to explore this world once again with beloved characters. But we just don't think that this game is going to make it this year in 2025. And yes, we do know that this is risky as a counter pick. But nevertheless, we have to stick with our gut. And I'm sorry, but I do not see Gears of War E-Day coming out in 2025.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay. I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
An honest yet risky counter pick from 5-Star Softworks. And our final counter pick and our final overall pick for the evening, Fat Poseidon Games.
Here's the deal: is you guys, two of you counterpicked me, so that means there are two of you that do not have current counterpick. So I have to choose one of you. Either 5-Star Softworks or Thick Juice Dynamics. Now, lucky enough for you guys, Fat Poseidon Games, we listen and we hear.
Yeah, and what else?
I'm so glad you guys picked up the bit. I'm so glad you guys picked up the bit. Guys, I mean, listen.
I'm hearing.
I'm listening.
It's so good. It's a really good one. Unfortunately, I just Fat Poseidon Games just does not see this game coming out this year. There's just a really good chance that it will not do it, and I have to do it. As CEO of Fat Poseidon Games, I'm here to announce that we will be counterpickering Marvel 1943: Rise of Hydra. Is real. I just got this hair. I don't think it's going to be quite this year. I don't think they're going to quite make it. I wish they will, but I don't think that they will.
Well, yeah, that concludes, everybody at home, our 2025 Fantasy Critic Draft for Good Kraken. Thank you all for joining us as we drafted 8 games. We kind of shifted it up a little bit this year. Mm-hmm. We are not quite done with everything for the evening. Of course, we will be checking on this throughout the year, but I am going to quickly and briefly turn the time over to the Shark Father himself, Ernell.
Yes, sir.
If you could please give the folks at home the rundown on how Fantasy Critic works for us and for those at home for the remainder of the year.
Absolutely,
please.
Sir. Absolutely. So we have drafted 8 games each tonight for our wonderful studios here that we have. That means we have 7 games remaining for us to be picking throughout the course of 2025. In order for us to get those games, we are allotted a $100, let's say theoretical budget in order for us to bid on games that are releasing for the remainder of the year. Whoever has the highest bid on a week-by-week basis for that game is allotted that game. With that said, each one of us gets what is called a super drop. So at any point of the year, we get one game that we can decide to completely just drop off the roster and replace with any other game that we are wanting to bid on. If there's a game that it's not doing well, we can just super drop that hoe and everything is fine. The only exception to games that cannot be dropped or super dropped are counter picks. So if that game is locked in, you are locked in for the remainder of the year on that bad boy. So keep that in mind, gentlemen. By the end of the year, we each have to counter pick one more game from somebody else's roster before the end of 2025, or we will take a 15-point penalty if a counter pick is not allotted by the end of this year. So, gentlemen, that is what we are looking at for the remainder of 2025 as far as Fantasy Critic is concerned. I wish you all luck, and here at Fat Poseidon Games, we just want you guys to know that we hear you and we're listening. Thank you.
We will do a mid-year check-in episode where we will kind of see how everybody is doing. Just to we also do that for ourselves as content creators because some of us about halfway through the year have kind of sort of forgotten about our fantasy critic, so we do a check-in around the summertime to give us a update and an update for you guys on who is winning and how things are going. And then you will not hear from us again until the following January, where you see who did what for the previous year. But we're not talking about the previous year. We are talking about what we have going on for the rest of the week. So here's our schedule on Wednesday. Splash Damage is currently still on hiatus, folks. If and when that returns, we will let you guys know as soon as that will happen. Probably when Monster Hunter Wilds comes out.
We might be able to do a Splash Damage special edition. We could probably fit.
We'll probably do something for that. No content for us on Thursdays, guys. So you guys don't have to worry about checking us out on that day. But we do have one piece of content remaining for you guys. We have another episode of 20,000 Phillips Under the Sea, where we will be, and by say we, I mean Ernell and DJ, will be reviewing the 2025 reimagining, remake, redo of Wolfman. And you guys will be able to check that out at 7 p.m. Pacific time.
Not to be confused by The Wolfman.
The Wolfman, yes, it is not the same thing.
Different.
They are both still werewolves, not the same franchise.
Yep.
So yeah, that is the content that we have remaining for y'all at home. Please let us know how you guys feel about our fantasy picks for this year. Are we fucking cracked out of our head? I feel like, do you feel like we all showed up and came to compete this year, like the head of Thick Juice Dynamics myself does? Let us know in the comments below, because this is Good Kraken's Death Ratio, your choice for all of the nerdy video game news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear live each and every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. If you've liked what you heard, you can head on over to our Discord channel, where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcasts and video services, wherever you like to smell or listen. You can also support us by going over to our YouTube channel, by clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Death Ratio and leaving a review there. We have got to get going, but until next time,
we can hear you and we're listening.
Fuck you, Ernell.